Baby Fuudier, Spirits is Flying. It's your favorite warrior, Black Panther. This is take two, family. We're trying this again. We had some technical difficulties on the last live stream. So I am trying this one more time to see if this boots up. We have now we cooking with gas. See that we are live streaming. So I am going to send out some links to some people that wanted to join the show. And we will get started shortly. We will get started shortly, family. So this presentation is about Afrikan Mask and the spirituality behind Afrikan Mask. And it's important that we discuss all of our culture in totality. And I haven't seen anybody do a presentation on Afrikan Mask, so I took it upon myself to do this presentation. So yeah. What's up, everybody? Oh, okay, brother Tony, you can see me now. All right. We are getting people in the chat. Trying to get some of my Amara squad and Mossi warrior brethren in here, which takes a little time. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, I was rolling on the other presentation too, y'all, and found out that nobody hear me. Very disappointing. I was rolled. All right. I invited some people. I'll get my brothers in here. Did I send all of the invitations out? I believe I did. Judy, my aunt, what's going on, brother? Hotep. Thank you for tuning in. Just waiting on a couple people to come in. I want to make sure that we don't have any interruptions. Anything like that. Now, this is the second week in a row we didn't have problems. I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say I'm gonna go full pseudo and say that the government is tracking me. Nah, man. Sometimes things just happen. So I'm waiting on brother Jawu, brother Rob Bourne from the Dagger Squad. Waiting on a couple of people. Gotta change this link on my page. And I hate when the links don't work, family, because then I gotta go back and change the link. People looking at you crazy. I went to the link, it didn't work. So, yeah, I gotta change the link. Hold on. That's good, Jehudi, that y'all had a convo about that. It's important that we discuss all elements of the African culture. And yes, I agree, African masks are very important. Just came in. Brother Rob Bourne just came in the chat room. What's going on, brother?
Peace, brother. What's good, man?
Nothing, man. What's going on with your picture, man? You got the blank.
It's off? It's blank?
Yeah, you got the blank.
Hold on.
Ah, he said, I can't be in there without my picture. Oh, man. Yeah, the blank joint. Y'all know Rob Bourne from the Dagger Squad. Going to be joining us today. Talking about African spirituality, talking about African masks, African customs. There's there he is. There you go. They go to Beth with the hey roo. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen you talking about the mask, so I was like, oh man, I want to see what the brother got for the masks.
Yeah, man. You know, I actually bought the African mask. I shared it on Facebook. It's an Ivory Coast mask. Very, very elaborate, as I should say. It's a funerary type mask. And I put it on and I ran around the house. I was scaring my children with it. I had to do it, man. But I tell you something, if I saw somebody with this mask on, like in the dark, I'd be scared too. It's a very elaborate, very, very elaborate, man. It's got fur on it and like a tail coming out the back. It's like Crowley shield around here. Like it's a crazy looking mask, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if Jawa and I'm in my out route were coming back, but if they are not, we can get started. All right, we can get started. Brother Sean, what I did was I edited the link on my page, so it should still work on my page. You said the other one's still up. Okay, let me fix that real quick before we get started. Goodness gracious. Fix that. Thank you, Sister Lisa, for letting me know that. I don't know how this keep happening. Like, it'll be recording, but it won't actually. All right, we live. Now I gotta see which one this. Okay, this is the wrong one. All right. It'll be live, but it won't stream. And then I have to go back and like delete it. Very frustrating. All right. Delete this joint. Okay. All right. It's working. So we can get started. Let me share my screen. Oh. Go back. I gotta go back. I was in the groove. All right, Rock. Can you see my presentation?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. See it. People in the chat room. Y'all can see it. It's working. Let me know. Say something. Six Dynasty Media, they in here. They just did a piece with my brother. Uh, man, having a brain fart. The Cuban brother that we was in the park with. Cuban Crisis. That's my brother. That's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Spirituality behind the Afrikan Mask by myself, Blak Pantha, the Mossi WarriorClan. And we can get rocking and rolling. Okay, the importance of Afrikan masks. Afrikan masks range in importance and style. And what I mean by that is there are various types of masks throughout the continent that have different duties and assignments that represent different things, that represent deities, that represent death, that represent feminine beauty. They're different categories, they're different things they're made out of. They vary, but they do follow a very cultural and strict system that I will show in this presentation. Traditional Afrikan mask rituals and ceremonies are an essential part of the indigenous African spiritual system throughout the continent of Africa. Masks in African culture are typically passed down from father to son or from mother to daughter. The spiritual meaning behind the mask is also passed down. So whatever your particular mask is supposed to represent, that will never change, no matter who you pass down the mask to in your lineage. So whether you pass it to your son, your daughter, whatever, that meaning will continue on. And this is what we talk about when you bring up things like oral tradition. These are the things that you have to go into the spiritual system and talk to the priest to know. Because otherwise, it may be written in some books, but it's not going to be able to go in depth and expound the way you need it to get a clear understanding. Now, according to the African Art and Museum display at Stanford University, African art has influenced European and Western art in general. Many artistic movements such as Cubism, Fauvism, and Expressionism have often taken inspiration from the vast and diverse heritage of African masks. So now we have Stanford University admitting what we already knew. The symbols that you see in different stages of TV, movies, art museums, they are drawing inspiration from your African art. All right, we're going to get into the categories of African masks. First category is animals. Animals are common subjects in African masks. Animal masks might actually represent the spirit of animals, so that the mask wearer becomes a medium to speak to animals themselves, like asking wild beasts to stay away from a village. In many cases, nevertheless, an animal is also sometimes mainly a symbol of specific virtues. Now, you're going to see a lot of masks in my presentation that represent a type of animal. Africans revere animals. We love animals. Animals are all throughout every African spiritual system on the continent. So there are totems in Africa that just by your last name, you will invoke a certain animal. My last name, Njai, means last name of the lion that roars. My totem is a lion. When they say Njai in my tribe, a lion totem is represented. They will say something like Njai Jata. And Njai Jata is giving power to the lion, reverence to the lion's spirit. Feminine beauty is another category. Another common subject of African masks is a woman's face, usually based on the specific culture's ideal of feminine beauty. Now, that's very important, specific culture's ideal of feminine beauty, because that changes throughout Africa. Female masks of the Punu people of Gabon, for example, have long curved eyelashes, almond-shaped eyes, a thin chin, a traditional ornaments on their cheeks, as all they are considered good-looking traits. Now, let's take that and look at the contrast to the women in Kenya with the plated lips. Now, those big plates in their lips, the bigger the plate, the more attractive that woman is. So like I said earlier, feminine beauty is different throughout Africa. Now, feminine masks of the Baga people have ornamental scars and breast. In many cases, wearing masks that represent feminine beauty are strictly reserved to men. And we're going to get into that a little later. especially when we talk about Ida's mask, which is one of the most well-known representations of female beauty in Benin. It is believed to have been commissioned by the king of Benin in memory of his mother. To honor his dead mother, he wore the mask on his hip during special ceremonies. So it's a type of ancestral veneration, you know, of a beautiful woman, someone close to you, you would wear her mask to honor her. Now, this is probably what's the word? The most powerful of the mask and the most symbolic. It's the ancestors' mask or the mask of the dead. As the veneration of the ancestors is a fundamental and essential element of most traditional cultures and goes hand in hand with the mask. Masks referring to the dead ancestors are most often shaped after a human skull. Some tribes believe that the spirit of the ancestors are actually embodied in the mask they create, making their carvings more than just symbolic representations. The belief is shared by many tribes who bury their ancestors' bodies close to their home in order to keep the spirit close and remembered. So this is ancestral veneration. Every African spiritual system has ancestor veneration. So they make these masks in the shape of their ancestors. They keep the mask close to them. They invite their spirit to return because they love their ancestors. It's common in every African tradition. So these masks, you're starting to see the importance of these masks and how it goes hand in hand with their spirituality. So this is Ida. This is the mask we spoke about earlier. This queen was the mother of a Oba, which is a king in Benin. I think his name is Asigi. And this queen was not only a great queen, but she was a military strategist. And they had a war with the Igala people. Now, Benin is credited of winning the war because of Ida and her military strategies. So they venerate her and honor her. Okay, let's get into some of the masks. Hey, Rob Bourne, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here. We can't see the slides, you heard?
You can't see.
I see one. Yeah, I see the first slide. The spiritually behind the African mask. Now I see it. What you was doing, it didn't.
Let's see, you are security sharing and presenting to everyone. Okay, so I guess I can't go full.
I see it now. I see them now. It's full screen. Yeah, I can see it.
Full screen ain't working, so I gotta present them like this. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I see it. We can see it.
Oh, okay.
It's real big. It's big enough.
Is it? Okay, cool. Well, let me just show Ida's. That's Ida's mask. And the rest of the slides you heard me say, so we're good on that. Let's get into these people who are the Ba mask of Burkina Faso. So this is a Mossi mask right here. So you know I had to kick it off with this mask. The measurements. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, the measurements and the precision at the top of these masks are said to represent geometry. It's not by chance that they make these symbols, and these symbols are said to be a type of writing system and communication factor. So let's get into what these masks actually do. The Ba legend has it that the world was abandoned by Defini, who they call God, or Dabwini, after he was injured by a woman. To enable continued communication between man and himself, God sent his son Do to earth to act as an intermediary. This may sound familiar. Though humanity was given a lifeline, as it believed that Do spirits, the force life-giving qualities, to harness the life-renewing forces of Do, nature spirits, the head of the Southern Bois family, commissions the creation of a large number and variety of wooden sculptures and masks to personify specific nature traits as represented in humans, animals, and other abstract things. Now, they once a year they do a type of ceremony that's common in African spirituality, where the protective spirit of Do, wearing one of these masks, emerge from the forest and does type of a dance and communication with the villagers. In Ifa, this is called an Odun masquerade, or you can call it a Gungun ceremony, where the spirits from the forest come back to interact with the people and dance in front of them, and there's music and it's food. So it's a festival giving thanks to the spirits of the land. So this is some more continued info. One of the many ways in which the Bois masks are used is at agricultural festivals, usually held during dry season between March and May, during which they are danced by masquerades to plead to Do for a successful harvest. The masks are also used during funerary celebrations to honor deceased members of a prestigious family and to solicit a smooth journey of their soul to an afterlife. The Bois mask can also be found in initiation rituals, where it is believed that the secrets of the Bois society are communicated to young boys and girls through incisions of the mask. So we see how important the Bois mask is in their society. And you can see how not only does it go with their festivals, it goes with their initiations as well. Does somebody just come in the room?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Wajawa. You're a little low, but I can hear you.
Okay, just real quick. If you wanted to show your slides full screen, because some of your slides are it's going off the page a little bit.
Yeah.
If
How
you
do I do that?
Yeah, okay. What you have to do is share your full desktop instead of just the particular application.
Gotcha.
Once you share
Okay.
your entire desktop, then you go back to the application in full screen mode. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, now go to your PowerPoint, then go to full screen. Yep, there you go.
Is it good?
Yep.
All right, all right. Ujawu to the rescue, man. I sure appreciate it, brother. Okay, the next mask here is the Kipoko mask of the Democratic Congo, or as we know it in ancient times, Bakongo. They speak a Bantu language. The people are called Pende. Now, the name of this mask, sword user. So this is a warrior's mask.
I'm sorry. One more, one more thing.
Go ahead, brother.
Real quick. I'm sorry. If you could go to the options and take off the avatars at the bottom. That way it'll show up real full for everybody.
Hold on.
Go to cameraman and then the middle.
Cameraman app, right?
And then click the middle one, yes.
Middle one, yes.
And you should be good to go.
All right. Are we good? Everything showing good?
Looking good.
All right. Okay, the spirituality behind the Kipoko mask. In Eastern Pende, they believe that the Kipoko mask, which means sword bearer, sword user, knife, sword, things of this nature, contains the spirit of male beauty that represents the chief of the community. The big eyes and ears of the mask represents the chief ability to see and hear everything in the community and to identify evildoers and witches. The tiny mouth in the mask represents the chief's ability to control his speech. The mask is used for a number of community functions, the most important of which is to venerate and give thanks to the chief and the ancestors for successful harvest, healing, fertility, and protection. By giving thanks, the community ensures continued blessing from ancestors. The mask is also used during the Makonde initiation ceremony that marks the end of the male circumcision rituals. The initiates takes a bite of a ritualistic food placed on the lip of the mask. knows while at the same time swearing to keep secret the lessons learning during the Makonde rites. Now, I put at the bottom, and I just added that yesterday. This is very similar to Ogun. And the way it's similar, not only are we talking about the knife, but the protection of the community. That's Ogun's function. Not only that, but the circumcision ritual. In Ifa, that is also Ogun's function. So we can see how different deities in African spirituality have the same attributes. So I want people to look at this mask again because it talks about the big eyes and the big ears. So notice how his ears stick out and his eyes slits are very huge and his mouth is very small, like the description said. Okay, the Agbogo Mimo helmet mask of Nigeria. The language is Igbo, and the people are Igbo. So these polite people. So I had to put them in there. We're going to go into the Igbo people right now. Now, this is the spirituality behind the mask. Used in the male Imwo secret society, the Agbogo Imwo helmet mask, and that actually means a maiden spirit mask. They're used during the annual Fame of Maiden ceremony to honor the ancestors and the ideal characteristics of young women, found in northern Igbo land around the cities of Onitsha and Akka. The masks are a visual representation of the number of maiden spirits called Imwo, highlighted by fine features, elaborate hairstyles, and a white clay pigmentation on the face, as in the case of ancestors' masks. Now you're going to see that color a lot in African spirituality, that white color in relation to ancestor veneration, because it means it's like a purity color. The masquerade dances are used to educate young girls in what is believed to be ideal moral physical beauty among the Igbo. Masqueraders sing tributes to both real and spirit maidens. Imwanwu si Nikwe, which is the mad spirit from the sky. Udemwo na Leno, my fame is potent. So this is another type of mask from Sierra Leone called the Ndole Jowe. The languages include Teme, Mende, Kiro, and the people are basically of the same. That's common in Africa. A lot of the languages follow the names of the people. So I wanted to put that there just to enforce that. Now this is spirituality behind it. The social, economic, and spiritual lives of the Mendi men and women in Sierra Leone are governed by a number of secret initiation societies, of which primary societies are the male, the Poro, which most people have probably, well, I won't say most, but a few people have heard before, meaning no in or far behind, and the female Sande, also called Bundu Bondo among the Teme. Mendi boys and girls must pass through their respective initiation societies to be considered rounded adults with full insight into community teachings and traditions and expected behaviors. The main aim of the Sande is to prepare girls for marriage and motherhood. Annual 6-month-long celebrations are held during the dry season to publicly welcome the initiates back into the community as adults. The initiates are led through the town by a masquerade called Ndole Jowe, meaning the Sowe who dances among the Mendi, or Anawo among the Teme. Believed to be the physical embodiment of Ngafa, also referred to as Sowo, Nowo, Sowe in other sources. And this is the guardian spirit of the Sande. The Ndole Jowe helmet mask is owned by a Sowe, a senior official of the Sande. So these masks, and I'll go back to them. These masks are in their Poro and Sande. And if people aren't familiar with Poro and Sande, There are different initiatory rites in Sierra Leone. One for Sandes for women, Poros for men. So different masks are for different genders, and different guardian spirits are for the boys and the girls. And you can't be, um, that old saying, shut your mouth when grown folks are talking. Well, this is the initiation ceremony where it basically reinforces that, because unless you've been through this, you're not considered an adult, no matter how old you are. There are 50-year-old men that did either not pass the test or elected not to go. And when they go home to Sierra Leone, they're treated as children. This should look familiar, Rob Bourne. Dogon Mask, the Conga of Mali. They speak French as well. Speak their native language, Toro. So let's get into the Dogons. The Conga Mask. The Dogons once believed that death did not exist, believing instead that immortal humans lived as serpents. Y'all thought I was done with that serpent thing, huh? Nah. However, due to mankind breaking a religious restriction, people developed a limited lifespans and eventually died. The first Dogon ancestor to die transformed into a serpent before metamorphosizing into his permanent spiritual form. This change into the spirit form, Nyama, the soul and vital force of the ancestors, brought about negative influences to the community. As such, the villagers carved a Wara mask, also called Danu, the Great Mask, or Mother of Mask, in the belief that the mask would hold the Nama of the deceased ancestor. As the Wara mask is believed to hold the spirit of the first deceased ancestors, it is used in the Sigi ceremony held once every 60 years, commemorating the transformation process of the first ancestor. So the Sigi ceremony we may have heard of before. In that ceremony, they also venerate the Sirius B, the star that got them so much attention from different scholarship groups. But that's during that ceremony as well. Unlike the wide variety of animal-based wooden masks, only a small number of masks with human characteristics are carved amongst the Dogon. An example of a mask with the humanoid features is the samana used during the funeral ceremony of a deceased male community member that took part in the Sigi ceremony. So just by taking part in that ceremony, you get honorary funeral rites. The Dama ceremony is held every 10 to 15 years during a good harvest. This takes place after burial as a means to guide the deceased Nyama out of the village into the realm of the spirits. Masks representing humans and animals are preceded by Sergi, Kanga, and Sim masquerades during the ceremony. The Samana mask is said to represent a warrior from a neighboring Samana or Samo ethnic group, with sources pointing to their reputation for pride, courage, and aggression. This is one of the few wooden masks danced during the Dama ceremony. It is believed that the Samanas masquerade dance warns of a folly war and aggression by mimicking a battle with a dancer, eventually falling to the ground as stricken by an imaginary foe. So this is one of their rituals, telling the story of an event, of a conflict between them and a neighboring tribe. And they do this, like they said, every 10 to 15 years. So you can see how in their culture, they remind people of their history. This is very important because we always have to go back and teach our history. We have to always go and remind people of different acts. Well, they have a recurring festival where they remind people of what they went through. And it's an honor to even go through the ceremony. Okay, this is Dogon as well. It's just a different mask called the Walu mask. It's depicting an antelope. In this particular tribe of Dogon, they speak the language Sigiso. The Walu mask is used during the funerary ceremony of a deceased male community member that took part in the Sigiso. So this is another mask that they wear during the Sigi ceremony. It's similar to the same rites as the other ceremony. The only difference is it's believed that the Walu masquerade dance tells the mythical story of the creation of the antelope by Amma, which is their creator deity, and his subsequent demise in the hands of the fox or the Yorugu. And we know from Marima Ani's book what Yorugu means and how she uses it. And I agree with her research. And we see that the Yorugu is represented by a fox in this ceremony. This is a funerary mass in the Ivory Coast or the Côte d'Ivoire. The language is Nafa. You'll find it in Ghana as well. And the people are the Senufo. Spirituality behind the mask, which is the Wanyugo. The mask is used by the Wablele society active in southern Senufo subgroups, functions mainly to detect and ward off influences of witches and negative forces and bush spirits. The role of the Wanyugo masquerade is to destroy evil spirits, to protect villagers from misfortune and disease, and to guide spirits deceased Senufo elders during funerary ceremonies. So this is a common theme. When the elders die, they need to guide their spirit to the afterlife. And that's what the purpose of a lot of masks are. And you'll see that in Kemet as well, you know, during the Book of the Dead, so-called Book of the Dead, you'll see that where the spirit needs to be guided to his final resting place. The Senufo believe that the Wanyugo is the most threatening and violent of the masks, as evidenced by his aggressive appearance and such. When not in use, the masks are kept in dedicated huts away from the village. And I can kind of understand that, because I mean, look at this mask. Who wants to wear this? Where are the eye holes, man? Where? I don't know. I mean, it just looked like it would hurt to put on, but being that it's a violent mask, you know, and it has a very specific and important purpose, but it would definitely be a hard mask to wear. This is the Muti wa Lipito in Tanzania. They speak Kiswahili and Kimakonde, and the people are Makonde. So you can see this mask looks like it's depicting someone or something. So let's read about it. It's worn during male and female initiation ceremonies called Nekumbi. And these are helmet masks and are a visual representation of past ancestors. So we're seeing a pattern. A lot of masks, as I said earlier, venerate ancestors. The masks are used to demonstrate the ancestors' joy and approval at successful completion of an intensive initiating rite for boys and girls in the village. Once a year during dry season, boys are withdrawn from the society before their rebirth as adults, which the approach of the wet season. So we see that as well. Most of these initiatory practices occur during the dry season. I'm not really sure why that is. I have to do more research, but I'm seeing that a lot in my studies. The initiation involves seclusion, circumcision, and tabooing, the filling of teeth, and the acquisition of knowledge that is otherwise secret. The return to the society is marked by a performance of a masquerade. So we also see circumcision as a part of initiation in African cultures, and it's not a birthright. The Muti wa Lipiko masks are also used to celebrate the entry of youngsters back into the Makonde community as men and women. Okay, this is a mask in Angola, the Moana Po. And I actually know someone that has a mask like this. My brother Suniata, he had a mask in his office, and he asked me what kind of mask it was. And myself and I don't know if Asar remembers this, but myself and Asar tracked down what kind of mask it was, and that was really the start of me doing this presentation, just finding out about the mask and what it was about. So, Brother Sundiata, I appreciate it. You sparked this presentation. These masks are found amongst the Chokwe of Angola. These feminine masks, Quo, meaning woman, an adult woman that has given birth, and Mwanapo, meaning young woman, youthful, feminine beauty. The masks are used to pay homage to the female ancestors believed to be responsible for the fertility of the community. There is a dance done where all genders wear the mask and is said to bring fertility, peace, wealth, and well-being to the village. Chihongo is another Angola mask of the same people. Now, this mask is to symbolize wealth and power. The masquerade wearing masks pay homage to male ancestors believed to be responsible for the prosperity and strength of the community, traditionally used to represent the male chief ancestor. Chihongo, the masks were once only reserved for use by the chieftaincy during royal events such as initiation of a new chief. So this is a royal mask, but it's also used for protection and fertility. And prosperity. Now this mask is of the Dogon people of the Ivory Coast. But what does this mask remind you of? Anybody on the panel? Anybody on the panel? Anybody still there? Okay. Rob Bourne, you still there? Okay, maybe he stepped out. Go back. Just trying to see if we got any questions.
Peace, brother.
Peace. What's going on, Amin Ma'ara? I wanted your opinion. What does this mask look like to you?
Hold on, let me switch back to visuals. Let's see what we have here. Bird mask.
You think you've seen that type of image before?
I've seen bearded masks before. I'm trying to think. I remember posting on a brother's website, I found several West African masks. They had motifs that featured a beard, but not quite like this. Is this baboon imagery at all?
No, it's a bird mask.
Just simply bird, okay. Because I've seen it with the long hair. Let's see, I'm trying to.
It kind of put me in the mind of Tahuti.
Tahuti? Okay, as I said, because with the extended nose, because I'm not sure if it was an ibis or not. Because
I don't know what kind of bird specifically it is, but it's amongst the Akan people and the people of the Ivory Coast and the Mandi people, and it kind of puts me in that thought process. So I wanted Ra to be here because Ra has a theory that there were people wearing masks depicting netters in Kemet, and I wanted to show him this because we do see masks in other African civilizations that mimic some of the images that we see in Kemet. Some of the animals. We do see that. So,
and when you mention, and that is featured in the script. In Medu Neter, we do see the terminology for the black ibis, which is Jamet. It's transliterated as GMT, and that term means black ibis. And we can find those in the various British museums and Louvres of the ibis or Jehuti being depicted pitch black. So we do see iconography. So it wouldn't be Jehuti. The actual term in Rainy Kemet would be Jamet.
Jamet. Interesting. Learned something today. I did see a white ibis bird. It was one right by our cruise ship that was looking for like fish in the morning. And he would just stand there for hours and just like look with that beak. And it was just crazy to watch how patient he was. And it kind of put me in mind. I was like, oh, that's why they put those attributes on Tahuti, because he was so patient and he had to have some form of intelligence, because he's looking and looking and looking for the right moment to strike. So it's amazing how our ancestors observed nature to put attributes to deities. Okay. The spirit masks are described as Ge by northern Dan and as Gle or Glo by southern and western Dan. This means mysterious being. The masquerade spirits wish to help men and advise them, revealing their desire through dreams. The masquerade does not merely represent a spirit, it is a spirit. In addition, they often have another title, a praise name, or one which the function or significance of the masquerade prevalent amongst the northern Dan, the Dogon, also called the Dogon, mask is worn to entertain the village, accompanied by drummers and singers. It is believed that the Dogon masquerade was once responsible for the singing songs and proverbs to teach the villagers about the importance of the hornbill, the bird represented in the Dogon, believed to be the first being that created Zla, the creator of the dawn. So this bird, the hornbill, is responsible for creating this deity that created their people. So that's just how important that bird and that mask is to that culture. Now, this is some of the distinct features of masks. They're usually made of wood, high doomed forehead, narrow slit eyes, long, broad, beak-like nose. And with this particular mask, that's black monkey fur attached under the nose. So you were right looking at the fur, Ahmad Ra. That is black monkey fur attached to that mask. The cheeks usually flat with round edges, long mobile jaw, oval face, covered the black skin of the colobus monkey. Sometimes representation of tattoos are carved in the relief around the edge of the mask. Note, the triple tattoo lines never end next to the mouth. I do not know why that is, but I have to research that more. This is the Bedu, or the moon plank mask of the Ivory Coast, and they speak a so-called Niger-Congo language, and the people of Senufo. You can see the moon impression on the top of the mask, but also if you look at that mask at the top, that looks like an Akan stool right in the middle. So it's amazing how you see other African iconography in different African cultures. The Bedu mask, meaning moon, are believed to represent the physical manifestation of a domesticated buffalo-like spirit, danced in male and female pairs during the number of festivals include the Kulongo, the end of the dry season, again, that dry season, hunting festival, the Nafana, New Year full moon ceremony, Dafigo, and the Zaru festival. The masks are used to protect the villagers from danger and encourage fertility within the community. The masks also perform dances to educate the community on sociable, acceptable behavior. There's that education system, again, associated with the mask. So it's a cultural dichotomy. This distinct features is a sumorphic plank mask made from wood, monumental in size, height up to 12 feet or 4 meters, but usually 5 feet tall. So this mask is tall as some humans. So I mean, you put on that mask, that thing is going to be in the air. It's huge. Like, you can't be weak to wear this mask. The mask is designed as 2 geometric shapes linked by a vertical upright, diamond shaped carved at the bottom, 2 pillars that extend up the top. The pillars are connected to U-shaped horns, male mask, or a full circle, female mask. 3 holes carved at the center, the eye holes, and 1 for the mouth. Geometric patterns painted all over the mask, painted red red stone and egg white, blue, white, colin and water, and black, the burnt husk of the nadigo tree, and shea butter. Okay, this is a video that I want to play. Hopefully it will play. It's spinning on me right now. What the video is my Ayaba, my queen, she took a video of a mask at, okay, I think it's gonna play. Come on. You know you.
So this mask here is a mask that represents the daughter of the great god Wut and Gadi Omumash, the first wife of the first king from which all Cuba royalty.
Okay. This is the Kuba people, and like she said, the daughter of the first king. And the Kuba people, these are very, very historic people, and we're going to go more into that because I have some more videos. And watch this.
Okay, so in the middle here we have the Mwash Amboy. The Mashamboy mask represents Wut, the first of the royal ruling Ushun, the prophetess of all.
So yeah, that's another ceremonial mask that they have. And I have one more deity. I mean mask.
So the last one here, we've got the womb with the helmet mask. Typical of these masks are the bulging forehead, big nose, and large ears. Other features include metalwork, forehead, cheeks, and nose beadwork. The cowrie shell. So the cowrie shells indicate the wealth and the royal status. All of these are masks giving reverence to Wut. Wut is the deity in their culture. So look up the Kuba people. They're a very old African tribe that still practice their traditions to this day. These are some sources that I used to create this presentation. Feel free to take a screenshot, freeze frame, whatever you'd like. These are more sources. You can actually buy mask from that last source, Emo Dara. So yeah, this is where I got most of my information from. And there's a couple of shout outs, Outlaw RBG, Brother Zaid, Brother DJ, Brother Patar Tahuti. Always peace to you, brothers. Raising Awareness Group, Brother Mku, Kufu, Sister Nikki, everybody, Brother Fred, everybody that continues to work hard in that group, our elders, Mfudishi, Olatunji Mwamba, Taka Kilimanjaro, peace to all you brothers and sisters. Mossi WarriorClan, as always, Brother Sankofa, Amin Adra, Brother Aziz, Fortune Favorite.
Seshunima.
Yeah, man. It's I can't remember everybody.
The scribes.
I know they go get me too. You didn't put us on the stage. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. I'm a part of so much stuff. I can't remember. I promise. Charge to my head, not my heart, man. House of Consciousness, Brother Sonetta. Peace to you, brother. Lone Star RBG, QC RBG, Ron RBG in New York, Memphis RBG, my brother Tyre RBG, all RBGs worldwide. Salute. My Ifa temples, Elisha Ire, and Araba Ifa temple. And as always, I'm Rock Squad up, man. Y'all know how we do. I thank everybody for supporting us. I thank everybody for listening, taking time out your schedule to listen. Daddy said it looked like a Rick Ross beer. Man, Daddy crazy, man.
You see what I put in the back chat, Ben?
Hold on, no, my phone is broke. So let me see if I don't know if I can pull it. No, it don't show it here. Yeah, my phone has went on to the ancestral realm. My phone is died. My phone is died. And I didn't drop it. I didn't do anything because I know y'all gonna say you should have had a case on it. You should look. I had a case on it. I'm still holding on to hope, right? This is my phone. As you can see, the screen isn't broken, nothing like that. It just won't come on. It just won't come on. The screen, like it started doing something crazy with the screen. I reset it, I restored, I did everything. The screen, like the light is done. I'm out the game until I get home and I can upgrade. I'm done. So if you're calling me, texting me, and I ain't responding, I'm not stuck up. I promise. I'm just out of the game right now. I'm calling people off my computer. If you got an iPhone, I can call you. If you don't, I gotta wait. So that's just what it is, man. That's where I'm at right now. Questions, comments, concerns, chat room, panel, let me know. Said take the battery out. I got an iPhone. I ain't taking that battery.
Yeah, you just gotta unscrew it.
I ain't got no, man, I need some little screwdrivers. Like the little
Nah, you don't even need that. Like a safety pin. You take the there's two
safety
screws on the
pin.
bottom. Yeah, you take the two screws out on the bottom where you see where you plug in, you take them out, and then the phone will open. It opens.
Oh, y'all give me hope. Y'all don't give me no hope, man. I've been man,
that went out.
I want to get a new phone.
Yeah.
But let me know what you thought of the presentation. What was your favorite mask?
I think it was good, man. I think it was good. I like the Dogon mask.
I know you.
You know I like the Dogon mask.
You need Dogon. I want to go to Mali, man. I do want to meet some Dogons. From what I've heard, they're pretty friendly.
I'm telling you, brother. I think the Netaru are wearing masks.
You think the Red Netaru are wearing masks, and I'm not going to dismiss that. They made. I mean, I think it could have been people depicting Netarus wearing masks and giving African traditions. Once you put on these masks, these masks, you know, this ain't no Halloween stuff. Like,
yeah,
spiritual connotations to these masks. Once you're honoring that Netaru or becoming that Netaru when you put on that mask. Like, it's the same thing with the Egungun festival. When they put on that Agan, you know, it's becoming, you know, that energy, you know.
Yeah, and they only have one mask they found from the 26th to the 30th dynasty. And I was dealing with at the Animus or Ampu. So that mask weighed 20 pounds. They got it in some German museum called Haschenifikif. I cannot pronounce it. But when I saw that, that's what I put in the back. Cause I'm outside now, but that's what I saw when I put it in the back. And yeah, man. When I seen that and I started reading on the mask, I was like, hold up, those could be mad, but there's no more. We don't have it. There's none of them. And that's,
you know, those Mossi masks that I showed in the beginning, those masks weigh a lot as well. So the you know, the legend is when you put on that mask, the energy of that deity gives you the strength to uphold the mask. Man, I couldn't imagine wearing a 22-pound mask that goes straight in the air, like it's nothing that's on your shoulders or anything to balance out the mask. Like, I know you're a strong guy, Alan. I know you're a strong guy.
Yo, that's a lot.
22 pounds on your dome, man.
So I'm trying to figure out. That's why I want to Wujawa on there, the ritual that Anubis does. So it could be embalming or whatever. How is you bending over with that mask, man?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but it got one.
It could be just a depiction.
We got one. I got one mask. That's all I got for you. I don't got no other ritual masks. We got the death mask. Those are not animals. I only got one. I got one. That's it.
I need somebody to make me a best mask, man. Like your picture. I'm scared the whole neighborhood.
You'll scare people with that one.
I'm scared the whole neighborhood. I'm running around and I'm jumping out at people, everything, man. It's a turn of the twas. Ah! That's just what I do, man. But I appreciate everybody's feedback. Trying to come up with you know, exclusive and creative shows. Don't want to talk about the same thing all the time. So that's what inspired this. I have another presentation on traditional African holidays. I need to put that out because I present African holidays in an alternative method to the holidays in which some of us are forced to participate in every year. You know, if you don't participate in it, you're kind of on an island unless you got your family not participating. So I want to present some alternatives to family members to which you can, replace Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, all that stuff that's not our culture. I want to produce some cultural alternatives. So I'll be putting that out pretty soon. We in talks with a lot of people to come on this show, man. Doggy Diamonds, trying to get the brother that makes the videos, Archdukey, I think his name is, trying to get him on the show. Trying to get a lot of people on the show, man. We're going to keep dropping them jewels. We're going to keep bringing you more research. That's how the Mossi WarriorClan does. Our focus is on, Western African spirituality and solutions. So that's what we do, man. You got any closing comments, Rob?
Nah, brother, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, once you put the mask on, I was like, oh, I gotta go see what he's talking about the mask.
I swear I'm gonna come out with one of these masks in my presentation. I swear I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Man, shouts out to Rob Bourne, man. Shouts out to the Dagger Squad. They showed earlier, you know what I'm saying? Both of us doing work in the community. If y'all don't know, go to Rob Bourne on Facebook, Alan Brown's page, and see that work he put in his community, talking about shutting the prison Rikers down. And man, y'all gotta watch that video because the brother changed the atmosphere in there and had people rethinking their original positions once he came in there and dropped that knowledge on them. So definitely check out that on YouTube. So that's it for today, man. Next week gonna come with something else, something fresh. I gotta put it together. You know, right after your show, you gotta start planning next week's show. I know you already know about that.
You going in, man. I like it, man.
You gotta already start planning, man. That's just
put that African stuff together.
I know, man. It's another job.
This African stuff, man.
It's another job I don't get paid for. But
you get paid for it. The ancestors see you, man.
True.
You get paid, man.
True. But yeah, man. Oh yeah. As Brother Sean said, Brother Shakim, South Carolina RBG, he be going to the council meetings, doing what you be doing, Alan, man, busting them council members upside their head, man. Shouts out to that brother, man. He be doing his thing, man. But that's it for this week's show. Spears is flying a bivy for Houtier, favorite warrior Blak Pantha. I'm out.